So if you haven't watched any of our previous videos, we have about 15 acres in Talkeetna, Alaska that we had grandioso ideas
Yeah, that's a good word.
of building kind of an old school campground. However, as with a lot of small businesses, you have to make some hard decisions and maybe even pivot in new directions. And in this video, we will talk about some of the hard decisions we've had to make and some of the pivots that we will need to make over the next couple of months, or actually next couple of years.
Perfect.
So for those of you that don't know, I'm still in the military. We thought we were looking at retirement, and
So
just
close.
like every other time, it's like, but wait, there's more. So we're going to be in Georgia for another 3 years. My tour got extended. I don't know if I'm going to be busier at work or not. It's
You know
I don't want like the business entity, to go away. So we're going to try to figure out, or just pivot.
I was gonna say Frago.
Well, we'll pivot to just a different direction.
The last place we left off was, I think, when we got back from Alaska.
Back in May.
Yeah, May of 2024. We were also excited. Oh, we got the site plan. We got the site plan, and we got like all these things to do, and then we started talking to the bank, or multiple banks, and what a blow. I don't even know how to explain it. Do you want to try and explain it? What we learned?
Let's rewind a little bit. So we ended up reaching out to the Small Business Administration in Anchorage, the Alaska Small Business Association or Administration or something along those lines. Anyway, we got hooked up with one of the representatives who was in Wasilla, and we started working with her about working with like the Department of Commerce and whatever that is, the Rotary, the small businesses, and so she did some soft asks on our part about like small business loans and stuff like that. And essentially, long story short, is the banks want multiple revenue streams, and what that means is that they wanted to see the campground or the business open basically year round, generate income. And also different revenue streams. So they started throwing out like wedding events, the venue, the halls, kitchen. Anyway, it really started to kind of explode into something bigger that we want really no part of. We don't want an event hall. We don't want that kind of stuff. Basically came down to like, if we were going to do this campground, it was going to be cash out of pocket. And right now, all our money, all our available cash is actually tied up with the properties. So until we get all our property paid off, we really can't move forward with what we wanted to do using somebody else's money. Is really what it came down to. When they started throwing around like $1 million to $1.5 million, and with $30,000 notes for every, and I was like, we're having the wrong conversation. The banks are only willing to loan when they could get a concrete positive return on their investment. So I get that 100%.
Campgrounds aren't that.
And I understand that. And yeah, we probably got out over our skis about how big this thing was gonna be. So we're kind of reining that back a little bit. We just need to pivot. We want to keep the company kind of rolling as small as we can roll it. So what we're gonna try to do is pivot the company towards more of like entertainment, YouTube, so that we could keep at least our license going. We can keep our accountant and that we're able to still have a viable business entity. We don't want it to like atrophy and just all go away, and then 4 or 5 years from now we're actually trying to start everything again. So we're gonna try to look at ways to incorporate some of the YouTube videos that we do, some of the Alaska trips, some of the trips that we do around here, and actually use that to our benefit towards our business license and everything else. We still want to be able to open this property up for people to come and utilize. Be it if that's just cabins on the property or maybe just a half a dozen camping spots, because again, if it's me doing the actual physical labor and it's cash out of our pocket, it's going to be small steps, because if it's not, then it's the other way, and it's $1 million to $1.5 million loan, and it's $30,000 a month. And these were like literally the numbers that they were throwing out. Like, oh yeah, no, it's
what campground is making $30,000 a month? Like, our campground is not going to make $30,000 a month. We can't. We just can't.
I couldn't imagine like.
And I don't want it. So, and after having those conversations with the Small Business Alaska, what acronym?
Office,
lady,
yes.
She was going down the whole avenue, going down the.
Event center.
Yeah, she was going down that road, and she was describing it, and I kind of got excited and was thinking about it, but then having the time here to like sit with my thoughts and think about what I want. Now I know I definitely don't want that. I don't want all these people, all this traffic coming in, and like I don't want to have to cater to these crazy bridezillas. I not that I would do that. It would be their space. They have to deal with it, but I don't even want to go there. Like the more that I thought about it, the more I wanted a cozy campground. Like, we go camping all the time, and I love the campgrounds that are small, they're wooded, they're private, they're close to nature.
Stayed at one that had like 10 sites, and that was perfect.
Yeah, it was kind of busy next to the road, but that's what I want. Like, now that I've been sitting on it for a while, I know exactly what I want. I want a cozy place for people to come and camp, and those will be appreciated so much more than another event center that you can just rent. Like, I don't want to just make another 4 walls.
Or 80 campsites.
Yeah. I'd be happy with like a couple of cabins and then a couple of spaces for fellow travelers to come and just like rest for a couple nights
and then move on. Because the reality is that they're only going to be
who can come up from
so
Anchorage.
It's going to be weekends and like overnighters that are on their way. They want to stop at Talkeetna. They'll drive up from Anchorage, stop at Talkeetna, they'll spend the night, and then they'll go on to Denali or something along those lines.
And I don't know if you can tell, but we like to talk to people a lot. And I think having a small space and a cozy campground, we'll be able to like talk to the people and get to know them. And not if they want to. I don't know, some people may not want to talk to us, I guess. But I think being able to like go to somebody and talk to them in a quiet space, I think that's going to be so much more meaningful and a way better experience.
Yeah, and
than what $1 million is going to get us, because that's not what I want.
Yeah,
I don't want it impersonal. I want it to be a family campground.
So the other thing is our small business mentor talked about an event center that she had, and it caused a lot of conflict in the neighborhood. And she was very forthcoming with that. That, hey, listen, if you're gonna do something like this, you need to make sure that you have your conversation with your neighbors and stuff like that. And listen, we don't want to cause, like, Talkeetna is a small enough town, and it's a fine line between trying to bring revenue and trying to bring bolster the economy of Talkeetna, but there's also the other half of Talkeetna, and this is generalizing, I know that, but there's a population in Talkeetna that doesn't want that, and we need to kind of respect that also, because I understand that, and I'm on the fence about that too, right? Talkeetna is a place that you kind of got away from, the city, and I say city loosely, like Anchorage is a city. But that's, people are up there because they don't want that life, right? They don't want the traffic and the people and stuff like that. So with that in mind, if anybody's watching this that lives on Salmon Alley, don't worry.
We're not going to do the
the giant
We will meet you.
campground.
We're gonna move up there. We're gonna move up there before we make any land alterations. We need to be physically there to do this.
Yeah, so that was
We
the
need to
other
be
thing
there.
too.
We can't do this remotely, so we're gonna hold off until we can move our whole family up there to Talkeetna and get this thing rolling with our own hands. So we will absolutely walk ourselves over and meet the entire community of Talkeetna. I can't wait for that, actually.
Yeah, so just
I'm really gonna enjoy that.
maybe 3 to 5 years from now, but that's fine. 3 years here.
At least 3 years from now.
But that's it. That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
We still got 15 acres, so I mean, if anything, at the end of the day, we still got 15 acres, and I'm not going to complain about that. A little less than 15 acres, but I still think it's money well spent. Mm-hmm. I'd rather put my money into property that I know we're going to use in the future than have it sit in a bank.
All right, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.